Yo, what is going on, guys? So we got a clip here today of a woman who just wants a real relationship. So let's see what she has to say.
Honestly, I don't think there's really anything worse than being broken up with by a guy you were never officially with. And he just kind of started drifting away from you, started making less effort. The communication started to become less and less. And when you bring it up and you want to have a conversation about it and be an adult, like, hey, can we talk about this? You know, if your feelings have changed towards me, yada, yada. Instead of just being blunt with you, they respond with, oh, sorry, I've just gotten really busy, but yeah, we can hang out soon. Yeah, I want to see you. Yeah, I miss you. And the fucked up part is somebody who's empathetic like I am, I understand. I'm like, oh, okay, you're busy. Like, I'm understanding. But that fucking shit is toxic, bro, and I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm just so over being
Guys, don't fall for it. Okay, don't fall for it. All these girls out here, man, they want a real relationship. They want a guy, they're just looking for love. It's all BS, man. And we got another video that we're going to be looking at next, okay?
Hi.
And from this woman who is struggling with a similar issue. But guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, guys, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord and the locals links in the description if you haven't already. Both of those are totally free to join. And if anything happens to this YouTube channel, you'll be notified through those two means. But guys, make sure to subscribe. We're coming up on a real huge milestone, and today is my birthday. I'd really like to hit it with you guys on today, so I'm super excited. So make sure you subscribe on your way in. Now let's see what this woman has to say. She's just looking for a boyfriend with a nice smile, apparently. She can't find a guy with a nice smile. So let's see what she has to say.
Hi, so I've never met a guy who has like dark hair and like nice eyes and a nice smile and likes anime and will watch anime with me and like maybe even cosplay with me and like will teach me how to play video games. Like I can play some games, like casual games, but like they won't call me a casual gamer, but they'll teach me how to play other games and not like in a judgmental way. Yeah, I've never met a guy like this, and like I'm tired of dating apps, and I would like I'm gonna use TikTok. So if they're over there, please tag me. Thank you. Bye bye.
Guys, don't fall for this stuff. Okay, we got all these girls making videos, right? And a lot of it is just straight up manipulation. I'm going to call it for what it is. It's manipulation. Okay, you might be watching this video and thinking to yourself, Taylor, she seems like such a sweet girl, Maybe I could be that guy for her. What she's doing is she's trying to bring in dudes, is what she's doing. More viewers, more attention, right? She probably streams or something like that, right? These girls who say, oh, I can't find a boyfriend, just tag one for me. They can find a guy. This girl right now, this girl in this video, is probably seeing a dude who isn't interested in her, just like in the first clip. All right, man, don't be believing this stuff. They're trying to rope in guys who will take care of them, who will spend money on them, and these girls are not interested in having a relationship with those men at all. It's straight up lies. And the really sad part about it is, guys, is that when you look at a face like this, you're like, oh, look, she must be telling the truth. She seems so genuine. It's manipulation, guys. Like, everything about this video is straight up manipulation, right? Look, let me just pause it. She's dressed up. She's made herself look, the way she wants to be. She's got a collar on. Okay, she's trying to look appeasing to dudes, right, to try and rope them in. And look at this. Her only requisite, let's go back to the start of the video. She's never met a guy who has dark hair and nice eyes and a nice smile. Gentlemen, that is just absolute BS. Okay, and guys will read this and they'll think that these are actually the things that she wants. Yeah, she maybe wants these things, but guys, like, she's looking for way more than that. These criteria, easy to satisfy, right? A girl like this, man, I'm telling you, she's seeing a guy at the moment, or she's got something going on. Let's have a bit of a listen one more time.
And like maybe even cosplay with me and like will teach me how to play video games. Like I can play some games, like casual games, but like they won't call me a casual gamer, but they'll teach me how to play other games and not like in a judgmental way. Yeah.
And you see, like, it's super manipulative, right? Because she probably understands the fact that, hey, guys really like it when they can feel needed. right? This is something that's super manipulative that, you know, girls will often do is they'll kind of use their hobby. This is for girls who actually like actively look into manipulate. This is not so much like a passive manipulation, although some girls do it. What a lot of them will do is kind of use your hobbies and your interest in helping against you. You see what I'm saying? It's like, so what they'll do is like they'll create a problem in their life, or a quote unquote problem, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm just looking for a guy to come along and fix it." And you think to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to fix it." And you fix it for her, and she goes, "Oh, thank you." And what she's doing is she's doing that so that you can be emotionally invested. She wants you to be invested in her. Right? She doesn't care that the like what she's doing is saying, "Oh, I need a guy to teach me some video games." So all the guys look at that and go, "Oh, wow, look, I'm needed. Finally, my time to shine." Right? It's absolute craziness, man. But I'm going to see what other videos we have momentarily.
Honestly,
I always get those videos.
Yes, and we've got one more video before we crack into today's stories. We might go over a couple of the videos that we just watched, but this might be the last one. So let's have a look.
I always get those videos on my For You page that are like, I've pulled every guy I've ever wanted. I shouldn't be sad. Why am I insecure? I can pull any guy that I want. And like, yeah, I used to feel that way too, up until about like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. After I reflected and realized that we should all cohesively stop saying these phrases, because it's literally embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to be like, I can pull any guy that I want. Like, of course you can.
Yeah. Okay, and now she's kind of saying it, you know, a bit more out of arrogance here. But the point really stands. Like these girls, they can get the men that they want, right? So when you see videos like the one that we just watched, excuse me, it's all a lie. Right, they can go out there, they can get boyfriends, but a lot of these women, they're shopping out of their price range at the moment. Is what they're doing.
Men are easy. They're literally easy. Of course you've pulled every guy you've ever wanted. Men are easy. We need to stop treating pulling men as a flex.
She says that men are easy, right? But dude, I would be willing to put money on the fact that this lady has been, you know, sitting there crying on her bed sheets early hours of the morning because she couldn't necessarily get a guy to commit to her. The guy that she really wanted, he wouldn't commit. Right? These same girls that will sit here and, you know, make videos like this, man. I'm telling you, they're the same ones that have, you know, shattered self-esteem because the guy that they actually want won't commit to them. Right? You as a man, you might be watching these videos thinking to yourself, "Oh well, you know, surely these people, they like themselves." Right? Surely they love themselves, man. Girls, what they do is they put their self-value on other people's perception of them. That's why they change everything about themselves. They can say, "Oh yeah, I put my makeup on for myself. I put my, you know, I dress up because I want to feel nice." It's BS. It's so they can get validation from other people. They feed off of validation, guys. I'm telling you. This is why when you give up the validation for free, or you're giving away your entire bargaining, you're giving away all of your power as a guy if you give away your validation and your commitment and your time. And guys are way too liberal with that stuff. You're all ready to pay for like $100 dinner dates to try and get a girl to like you. Gentlemen, there's no sitting there trying to get a girl to like you, man. None of that. If a girl likes you, she likes you with or without the $100 dinner date, alright?
Because if we keep treating it as a flex, they're gonna start thinking they're a flex. And their egos are already like so massive, so we can't have that. I always get those videos in my...
Yeah, right? And dudes, and the reason why she finishes it off, like, let's just look at that, right? One more time.
They're a flex. And their egos are already like so massive, so we can't have that.
Yeah, and the reason why she says that is because the the egos are massive, is because she's dealing with guys who you know have large egos, and you know they think they're the king and they can get any option and they can get any girl that they want. So her perception of dudes is that they've got an ego, right? Because she's dealing with guys who don't have to deal with her. They can go out and choose to deal with Stacy or some other girl who's not going to be a headache, right? But, you know, I'd just like to bring up as well, you guys can't see off the screen here, but I'm looking at the comments as well. And I see one girl comment, "I can attract them, but I can't keep them," with a clown face, right? A lot of these girls, man, they can get dudes, right? I'm telling you, but they can't get the guys to commit that they actually want. And they'll sit here and they'll make videos crying about it. You know, and I don't laugh to be rude to the girls, guys. Like, it's just funny to see them all collectively go through the same problem and all look at each other like, "Oh, what the hell? We've got no idea what's going on. It must be the men," right? And I'm just going to pull up this video one more time. We're going to kind of talk over it before we really get into today's stories, because I kind of want to like when I show you these guys' videos, I really kind of want you to get a bit desensitized to what you're looking at. Okay, because like generally speaking, if you're not aware of this side of, if you're not aware of this side of the internet, or you don't really know what's going on, maybe you're new to dating, you might not understand that how someone can look at you with this face and be straight up lying to you and manipulating. Okay, now am I saying that all girls are going to straight up lie and manipulate to you? No. Am I saying that all girls are going to be terrible? No. Okay, we always get those people, the all police come to my channel. They're like, Taylor says all girls are like this. Just, dude. What I am saying is that too many guys get into relationships and situations with girls, and they don't understand that this face right here can lie. You know what I mean? It's like, especially if you're, and I'm going to keep playing so you guys have something to, watch if you're watching the video, something moving on the screen. But like, if you're a guy, particularly if you're a single, raised by a single mother or something like that, or you're raised in like kind of like a broken family where maybe you got a stepdad or something like that, you're going to be more at risk of these types of situations, right? Because you're going to be brought up with the idea that, hey, girls can do no wrong. Do say this and this to get into her good books. Girls really appreciate when men put in effort, and you're going to grow up with all those kind of ideas about girls. So you're going to look at a face like this, and you're going to be the target audience for something like this. And hey, if you want to get manipulated into it, just understand that that's what it is, guys. Right? Because a lot of men don't really get it until something really bad happens, right? They don't really get what we're saying over here on this channel. The purpose of this channel is not actually to put people down, guys. Like, believe it or not, right? I like to kind of explain things and give my opinion, and you guys can take it how you will. But I just kind of want to show men what the hell actually happens, right? Because we got too many guys, man. We got Reddit stories all over the damn place. We got stories from all sorts of guys getting into marriages, getting into relationships, and
I don't think there's
not really understanding what the hell's going on. Right? Oh, she took my house, she took the kids, she took all this. Okay, and they don't understand that people are actually capable of that. And I don't know, that's a kind of a really sad thing to see. But gentlemen, we're going to jump into a couple of stories here momentarily as I pull them up. So make sure you leave your thoughts and comments as we go through. And guys, do not forget to subscribe. We are very close to a milestone. A lot of you guys ask me, Taylor, why can't I see the sub count on your channel? It is hidden, guys, and it is hidden for a reason. That is why YouTube hasn't yeeted my sub count or anything like that. I've just got it turned off so that the general public won't be looking at it every day and Taylor, right? So make sure you subscribe on your way in, gentlemen. It'll be greatly appreciated. And we're going to jump into a couple of today's stories here. So this is an interesting one. It is titled, Family is Suddenly Against Me. Let me just move this over. Family is suddenly against me, who's a 27-year-old male, not wanting anything to do with ex and baby after finding out that I'm not the father. So this guy is straight up getting the whole, oh, if you're a good man, you'd take care of my kid kind of treatment. That's just absolutely amazing. And my OBS is kind of frozen here, guys, so I'm going to read it to you momentarily before it lets me switch back into the scene. But I'm just going to give you guys a rundown. It says, all of it came out a while back. My now ex-girlfriend had a baby girl 3 months ago, and recently I learned I'm not the biological father, and kicked my ex out of my place, told her I never wanted to see her again. We had a few issues recently, and today I'm told by my parents and sisters that they don't agree with me not wanting anything to do with the baby because she's still not my daughter. As we see the screen, pull up the wrong screen. Beautiful, it is fixed now. Okay. They don't agree with me not wanting anything to do with the baby because she's still my daughter. They're fully supportive of me since this all they were fully supportive of me since this all came out, and suddenly because my ex is online over and other issues we've had, and now I'm abandoning a baby girl I still bonded with, they feel they agree with her. Right. Honestly, I feel so betrayed by this. Like I said literally a few weeks ago, they were fully supportive of me. Now they want to make me play daddy to a baby that isn't mine with all the pain I'm still experiencing. What do I even do about that? Because now it seems like they have a pretty strong opinion on it. Yeah, look, all of these people in society will have an opinion about what men should do. Right? What you should do. Hey, you should do this. You should do that. Why? Okay, this man, like, I'm just going to give it to you straight. This man right here is being straight up, they're trying to bully him into taking care of a child that is not his. His own family is against him here, guys. Right? This is when I say, when we talk about this kind of stuff, like, society is generally against you. You might think, right? You might think you grow up in a family, and your family cares about you very much, and I'm sure that they do if you've right. Maybe you've gone through a bad situation. Who knows? But the point is, you might have the conception that, hey, your family is there to want the best for you, right? Until you get into a situation like this, right, where you're told to sacrifice your livelihood to care for another child that isn't yours. Right, that's just some absolute BS, man. Everyone's got an opinion on, what men should do in society. Guys, you should man up and take care of my child. You should man up and take care of a woman. And a few videos ago, gentlemen, we went as far as to go over a video where, and I'm just going to pull up the next story momentarily here. There was a video a couple of days ago that we watched together where a girl was using faith, like wielding faith as a weapon, basically saying that, you're not a man of God if you don't look after another man's child, that kind of thing. Like, that's the level of insanity that we're talking about here. But let's crack in to the next story. This one is titled, "My girlfriend's ex is spending the night and I feel betrayed." To give context, I'm a 23-year-old man, my girlfriend is 21, and I have been dating for a few months. Long distance for the short time being. I'll be back home with her in just a few weeks. My girlfriend and her ex broke up just before we met due to them becoming long distance and are still friends, which I'm mostly fine with. Yeah, these whole situations where girls are, oh yeah, we're just friends and I'm still friends with my ex. Hell no, man. She's still attached to the guy, right? Especially because they broke up because he had to move away. All the feelings are still there. Absolutely, all of them are still there. I guarantee it. You're just, you're the next most emotionally relevant thing, or maybe you're just needed for some other purpose, but you're not the main choice, okay? Thing is, he's visiting our hometown soon, and he wants to surprise his family. He asked my girlfriend if he could spend the night at her house because he'll be getting home late and doesn't have a key. She, without consulting me or even thinking about how I would feel about it, said yes and told me after the fact. I got extremely upset and said this was a complete break in boundaries. She said it was well within her boundaries. We've been arguing about it for a couple of weeks now, on and off. He's getting in town tomorrow and she's done absolutely nothing to fix it. She won't even tell him that she's dating me on the basis that it's none of his business. I feel like everything we've built was completely messed up just by this one thing. I'm at a loss of what to do. Gentlemen, if you're in a situation like this, let me just be absolutely clear. I'm going to highlight the big mistake that this guy made here, okay? This right here. I got extremely upset. Gentlemen, if your girl is doing this, if you're dealing with a situation like this, don't get upset, all right? At least don't get upset in front of her. Just say, okay, I'm out. I'm done. Goodbye. You've shown me. Like, girls will show you their actions, man. Just believe them for what it is. Okay, she wants her ex to come over and stay the night while you're together. Not even tell the dude that she has a boyfriend. Get the hell out of here, man. Like, look at this, right? Blah, blah, blah. She said it was well within it. We've been arguing about it for a couple of weeks now. There's no argument. Gentlemen, this is something I say on the channel many times. Like, you've got issues with stuff like this, which, make no mistake, it is a serious break in boundaries. This is not something that you argue about. Right, this is not something where we talk out and we discuss it, and I try and convince. I cannot imagine myself trying to sit down with any girlfriend that I have, trying to say to her and sit down and say to her, hey, let's discuss the fact that you're trying to bring your ex over. Like, what's there to discuss? Yeah. I don't know, man. Am I speaking a different language here? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because that is just absolutely ridiculous. None of this discussion type stuff. But let's see what these people have to say in the comments. She shows you and your boundaries zero respect. Dump her like yesterday's trash. Agreed. Let's see what other people have to say. Yeah, I can do nothing but bow in front of this girl. Having the audacity to tell this to the boyfriend and wanting him to be okay with it is very bold. This is the kind of thing, right? This guy probably made like 50 mistakes earlier in the relationship where if you're a guy and you make these little concessions one at a time, something like this is going to happen. Girls know when they can pull stuff like this with you. They can tell the difference between a dude who will put up with this behavior and a man who will not. And a lot of guys, unfortunately, let me just say this: a lot of men are proactively trained to put up with this stuff. This is the kind of behavior that society will try and convince men that you should put up with. It's absolutely crazy, man. Let's keep going. Yeah, I can appreciate being friends with exes and everything, right? But they should sure as hell know you're in a relationship now. Why wouldn't they? If you're just friends, friends tell each other about their own love lives, don't they? That was my nope moment. It's perfectly possible for exes to stay friends, but hiding your partner from them is shady as, and if she wants her options kept, she just wants her options kept open. Unless the original poster wants her to wear the I Love OP t-shirt he made, of course. Gentlemen, I don't even agree with this. This part here, right? I can appreciate, exes being friends and stuff like this. Let me say, if you're a man, you're in a relationship with a girl, and she's friends with her ex, that's not your girl. Like, they're not your girl anyway, but especially if she's talking to her ex, alright? I just never really understand that. But let's crack into the next story momentarily. Oh my god. And this is a bit of a long one, so we might wrap up today's show on this particular video and on this particular story. So let's crack in. It is titled, My Ex-Girlfriend, goodness me, we're running out of storage spaces, apparently, gentlemen. My ex-girlfriend, who's 22 years old, broke up with me, who's a 23-year-old male, and then came back a couple of days later. I dated this girl for almost 5 months. Official for 2+, but we were pretty much exclusive and official the entire time. Yeah, pretty much exclusive, right? Things were amazing between us in the beginning. The connection, the chemistry, the bedroom fun, the laughs, the dates, you name it. It was your typical honeymoon period. However, she would tend to get hot and cold and act distant at times, and sometimes it felt like I was talking to a completely different person. She placed some of this on the baggage from her previous relationships of 4+ years, where her ex cheated on her multiple times. Guys, this is exactly what we talk about, where they'll come into relationships and say, oh, you're such a good man. My ex, he cheated on me multiple times. And they'll want to play it off like, so you might ask the question, okay, well, why did you stay with him if he cheated? And she'll say, oh, well, I only found out this time. I only found out at the last minute. Guys, girls know when they're dealing with men who don't want to commit to them and who are stepping out of the relationship. They choose to deal with it anyway. Right? Like, don't believe this stuff of my ex treated me poorly, but now you're a good man. Don't believe it, guys. It's all an act. At the beginning of this month, we got into a very minor argument. I attempted to talk things out, and it seemed like we were back on good footing, but it eventually led to another argument. Both of these arguments weren't even really arguments. She had expressed something that was bothering her, and when I tried to figure out what was wrong, she shut down on me and went to bed. Same thing with the second argument. After this, things were never the same. Throughout August, she basically treated me like a friend that she was in relationship with. No affection, no bedroom fun, barely any flirting, dry texting, and etc. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Look at this, right? So the girl expressed a concern to the dude, and then he went to her and tried to figure out what was bothering her and tried to get what was wrong. Guys, this whole chasing girls to help fix their problems, I'm telling you, man, don't do it. And the reason why is because a lot of times they're just going to perceive you as weak. They're going to be like, oh, look what I got him to do. Right? I can get him to clean the gutters and do X, Y, Z if I put on a little bit of a sad face. What a weak dude. You know what? Like, if girls can manipulate you that easily, they lose respect so easily. They just lose respect off of that. Let's continue. We both went out with our friends on the weekends over the past couple of weeks, and each time she was out, she'd text me that we weren't working together anymore, or that we shouldn't be having problems this early, therefore we aren't working out. 2 weeks ago, we hung out twice, and for the most part, things seemed like they were improving. During the second hangout, we were over at her place, and she had no desire to cuddle whatsoever, to which she later on told me, I didn't realize you needed to cuddle all the time. She'd make comments like this whenever she was angry, etc. We had a brief discussion about us, and she said that she needed to think. Guys, don't be putting up with this, okay? Like, the thing is, a lot of men will get themselves into situations like this, and they'll stay because they don't want the girl to leave, right? A lot of men, like, guys, I get it, right? It's tough being by yourself sometimes, right? Maybe you don't have other options and stuff like this. But guys, oftentimes it is better to be, just by yourself and, alone than to deal with people who are going to treat you like trash. And that's just the way it is. Okay, too many guys will say, okay, well, I'm staying with her because, you know, I don't want her to go, or she's the perfect girl, or all this kind of stuff, man. Just let that stuff go. Like, really, you're going to give yourself so much more pain if you go down that road. You're welcome to if you'd like, but, you know. Anyway, a day or two later, she texts me, I miss you, and then proceeds to tell me that she thinks things will work out, but she isn't sure because of the problems we were having. This conversation leads to her saying that for the past weeks or so, she had been thinking about seeing other people. I told her I hope you find what you're looking for. She responded back with a similar text and that was it. At this point, I fully accepted the breakup and started to move on. Between then and this past weekend, she left our pictures together up on her Instagram, continued to share her location with me and watched all of my stories, etc. On Friday night, she went out with some friends to a concert we had planned on going to together. She ended up texting me that she missed me and wanted to see me. She came over and was beyond affectionate and super flirty. And it felt as if things had suddenly gone back to normal when our relationship was good. She couldn't stop talking about how excited she was to be with me next, and then woke up the next morning in a really good mood, and things felt normal. Yeah, no, guys. Notice how when this man grew a backbone, he walked away and he was prepared to leave her. All of a sudden, she wanted him. Wow, that's almost like what we're talking about on this channel, guys. Walk away. If whether that be you're a man who's out there choosing to date or a man who's choosing to not date, a lot of your power as a man comes from the fact that you are willing to walk away from a situation. And you don't, guys. I want to make this really clear. You don't walk away from people with the hope that they return back to you. That's not what we're doing. That's some playing game little boy crap. You don't walk away from a girl to try and manipulate her to come back to you. You walk away because you're done, right? You're not walking away with the intention that, oh, maybe she'll come back to me. No, guys, you walk away because you're done. You won't put up with that anymore. But you walk away because you have self-respect. Okay, you see what I'm getting at here, guys? But yeah, isn't that crazy, right? He leaves the situation, and then she's interested in him again. Wow. Insane. Unpredictable. We continued to text through the weekend, but she started to act weird again yesterday. Yeah, because you continued to text and talk to her and give her affection. She went out to dinner with her parents last night and got something and seemed upset about something while texting me. I tried to figure out what was wrong, but she kept telling me she didn't remember why she was upset 30 minutes prior and then kept saying how she wished I could come over. You see that he's starting to slip again, right? Trying to figure out what's wrong. She then FaceTimed for an hour and a half or so and seemed completely normal and like we were together again. She also mentioned how she had referred to me as her mans in a conversation the day before with one of her co-workers, as if we hadn't broken up several days before that. What the hell? Towards the end of the conversation, something and seemed to trigger her, and she pretty much shut down and stopped being talkative. At this point, I just said goodnight and went to bed. I'm extremely confused. She broke up with me, and I respected that and initiated no contact. Several days later, she's back and missing me and wanting to have fun together after withdrawing all of her affection and attention the previous 3 weeks. Things still feel off with her, like she's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door, and honestly seems to be going through some crud right now. I don't want to be her safety net, and I'm not sure that I'm even comfortable talking to her right now. Too long didn't read. My ex-girlfriend broke up with me last week. 3 days later now, she's texting me how she misses me and she wanted to see me. Yeah. And guys, that's pretty much the end of the story right there, okay? This is exactly what girls will do, man. Like I'm saying, you try and show them the world, fix everything for them, trying to help them with their problems and all this kind of stuff. You just become wrapped around their finger, and the guy, you just become infinitely less interesting. You're predictable. You're helping her solve all her problems. She wants that guy that doesn't give a crap about her. I mean, you tell me otherwise, gentlemen. A girl like this wants a guy who has essentially no interest in her. No interest in her. But gentlemen, we're going to leave today's show there. As always, leave your thoughts and comments below, and make sure you subscribe on your way out, guys. And as always, make sure you come and join the locals and the Discord. Both of those are totally free to join if anything happens to the YouTube channel. Because as we all know, guys, YouTube is not a fan of channels like this. I don't know how long this channel is going to last. I don't know if it'll be 6 years. I don't know if it'll be a month. Who the hell knows? But make sure you're either over on locals or over on the Discord so I can notify you. And we're going to call it there. As always, gentlemen, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I will be seeing you boys in the next video. Peace.